She is kind of meowing. Look at her. Look at her face. Look at how cute she is. You just want to bite her or like eat her. She's so cute. Okay, so I just got home. I went to my mom's place to eat because she has stuff that I don't. I wanted to eat cereals, so yeah. Anyway, in today's video I'm going to be talking about my mental health, my diagnosis, and the meds I take, just to, I don't know, just to show you guys what's going on in there. Anyway, so I think I'm going to start talking about first my diagnosis, how I got it, and stuff like that. Anyway, so let me introduce myself. My name is Victoria Freya. You can either call me Victoria or Freya. No one calls me Victoria Freya anyway. Wait, it's a little bit loud. Anyway, I hope it's not going to be too loud for you. I'm 22 years old. I'm fine, I guess. I'm okay, I guess. I've just had a major anxiety episode because I was outside and there was so many people. And here is my cat. What does she want? We will never know. Can you please not? Anyway, so just okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's go. Anyway, I got diagnosed when I was 20 or 21 with a bipolar disorder. I don't know what she wants. She always does that. She thinks it's dinner time because normally when I come home I give her food. It is not dinner time. No, it's not. Oh, you're beautiful. She's so cute. Anyway, yeah, I got diagnosed with a bipolar disorder when I was 20 or 21, and I got diagnosed a few days ago with schizophrenia, which was kind of a surprise for me. I was like, wait, what? I told my psychiatrist I didn't want to have schizophrenia, just like I told him I didn't want to have a bipolar disorder. He told me I didn't have a choice, so there goes everything. Anyway, the first med he prescribed to me was Lamictal, so lamotrigine. And when I started it, I was, trigger warning, we will be talking about suicide, self-harm, lots of stuff. I will try not to go into deep, but wait, sorry, it's like my eye hurts. Anyway, I don't have COVID, but so at the time I was working at McDonald's. It's not, I wasn't like that happy. It wasn't my first time working there. I worked 6 months. Then I went to Spain, got my high school diploma, and I am now at university. I think I uploaded a video talking about how I got expelled from my high school. Anyway, so I got this. I got better. Not better, but it helped quite a lot. I was stable, and what helps me to stabilize my mental health, I need routine, a very, very rigid routine that I stick by. So I can't wake up too late, because if I do, I just feel like I wasted my whole day and I will do nothing, which is kind of weird. And I can't go to bed too late, because then I will wake up too late. Anyway, so when I came back from Spain, my doctor gave me this quetiapine. So it's called Seroquel, something like that. So my dosage is 300 milligrams. So I took it besides this for my anxiety. He gave me this Xanax alprazolam. So 0.50 milligrams. I take it when I am very anxious, when I've got a panic attack or something like that. Then when he gave me the diagnosis for my schizophrenia, he prescribed some risperidone. So all of this is in French, obviously. I guess it always has the... Please stop. No, you're not a baby. I mean, yes, you're my baby, but you're not a baby. Oh, boo. Anyway, so that's an antipsychotic. I take it. So that's a little voice in my head. Yeah, because I just realized, well, my psychiatrist helped me realize that the voice in my head is not normal, and we all have a voice in our head, right? Well, I have two. And he told me that was not normal. That's schizophrenia, because of the way, because of what the voice tells me sometimes. And well, actually, before the risperidone, he gave me that to help me sleep. I have a lot of nightmares at night, and I always wake up, and it's difficult, because then when I wake up, I'm restless, and that's not good for anyone, is it? Anyway, so I'm hungry. Anyway, so I've read quite a lot about schizophrenia. I followed a schizophrenia awareness account on Instagram, and it helped me realize how normal I was, some of the things I was doing or I was feeling were. Like, it's not normal to be that paranoid about some stuff. It's not normal what the voice in my head says. I don't have so the hallucination is only like a voice. It's not like I don't see stuff that I don't see things that aren't there. So I guess that's great. It's a good beginning. So I'm still I'm still taking it all in, like schizophrenia. So apparently having a bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, it's called schizoaffective. Okay, my doctor said I have one foot in bipolar disorder and one foot in schizophrenia, and the rest of my body, well, the rest of me is just weird. And I was like, yeah, you're right. By the way, I have the most amazing psychiatrist. If you see a psychiatrist for the first time, you're allowed to ask him or her. You're allowed to ask them questions about how they do things and stuff like that. The relationship I have with my psychiatrist is very, very peculiar. It's very, well, it's kind of weird because in movies, when you see someone going to the psychologist or to the psychiatrist, everyone is so serious, and it's like, well, it's movies, so in movies, it's not obvious of always how things are. My psychiatrist and we laugh a lot. Sometimes I will say something and we will look at each other for like a second or two, and we will be like, we will burst out laughing and whatnot. He's also the first psychiatrist. Please don't. He's also the first psychiatrist I cried in front of him, and I never cried in front of any psychologist or psychiatrist actually. So I started to have my mental health problems around, I guess, 8. Do you love me? You love me, kitty. Love me, kitty. Look at that. Look at her tail. She's so cute. I started having problems when I was around 8 years old. I told my mom that sometimes I wanted to die, and that I would, fall off my bunk bed on purpose. That wasn't normal, and I got molested when I was 8. Oh yeah, trigger warning. I forgot about that. About like rape and sexual abuse. I got molested when I was 8 by someone in my family, my uncle, and that's not normal, So when it happened, I was 8, and I didn't really think about it, and it kind of resurfaced about when I was 18 years old. So yeah. So I was 12 or 13 years old when I first tried to kill myself. I've tried 8 times, and yeah, I suck at it. Laughing helps me, like, please don't feel offended. I mean, you can feel, oh baby, you can be. See, she's trying to open the cabinet because there is food in there. You filthy little baby. Anyway, so I went to a psychiatric hospital when I was 12 or 13. It was shit. It was really like shitty because usually when you put a bunch of suicidal teens in the same establishment, it's not good. I mean, that's how I started self-harm. Wait, I want to sneeze. I sneezed. Anyway, okay. So yeah, putting a bunch of things in a psychiatric hospital, like, it's not good. I started still self-harming, and I had more and more suicidal thoughts, and I felt horrible for quite a long time. And actually, I was friends with most of those teens, which is kind of funny because it's hard for me to be friends with someone because I always think that they hate me or something like that. Look at her. Look at her face. Okay. I was so in schizophrenia you can have a lot of disillusions. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's like you can have you can think in a way that I don't know how to explain that, but you can look it up. You can have like you can be weird about religion or something like that. It doesn't help that I'm a witch. I don't know what she's doing. And I stopped trying to kill myself when I was 16. Okay. So I fed her. I gave her food for once. She's happy. Anyway, so it was like I stopped hurting myself. Oh no, I stopped trying to kill myself when I was 16, and I kept on self-harming for quite a while. The last time I've self-harmed was, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I kind of stopped. Still have the razor blade just in case, and sometimes I feel bad, so I do it again. I don't know why, and it hurts. Obviously, it hurts my mom and my family, but I guess it's better to self-harm than to kill myself. And there's something in bipolar disorder that it's called a suicidal crisis, crise suicidaire. So it's like I feel bad and I want to die. I want to die real bad, so I will try to kill myself, and it's like very impulsive. There's no thinking going in here, and then you regret it right after doing it, I hate hospitals now because it reminds me a lot of waking up in a hospital bed. I remember once I took when I was 16, so I took a lot of meds on like that. I took lots of meds, and right after taking them I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have. So I called an ambulance, and so they took me to the hospital, and I woke up the day after or 2 days after, and I remember I hadn't drank any water, so my lips were so dried I could actually pick off the skin, and my tongue was parched. And I had water and I was like drinking it, and then but my lips, it's like I can remember it like it was yesterday. It was, I could pick it off and it was like under the skin it was very soft. I was wearing a diaper too, a nappy, and I was like, oh shit. Right before my diagnosis, I was in a very, very, very harsh depression phase. So bipolar disorder is when you have like, it's like a line. My lows are lower than other people, and my highs are higher. So it's called mania or hypomania, and depression is called just depression, and the normal, it's like a normal. So I was in a depression phase, and it was horrible. I will wake up, I will drink a little bit of whiskey. It was like, what, 11 a.m. Or p.m. No, a.m. And one day I drank so much that I woke up in the hospital. My hands and feet were attached to the bed because I had been quite violent. I was screaming. I don't remember any of it. People told me. I was screaming and they had to sedate me. I woke up with a nappy again, a diaper. I don't know what's wrong with me waking up in hospitals wearing a nappy. It was filled with piss and blood because I was on my period, obviously. I never choose the right moment, right? And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to see a psychiatrist. All the psychiatrists and psychologists before were shit. They were complete shitty cunts. Horrible human beings. Half of them told my mom I had nothing and I was just faking it for attention. The other half told my mom I was not faking it and there was something, something wrong. I was like, my mom didn't know what to do, and honestly, I had tried to kill myself so many times, and bitch, you just ate. And so she didn't really know what to do with me. Honestly, if I was my mom, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Apparently it's very hard to diagnose someone, a teen, when they are young, but fuck it, because okay, it's my cat, because I was very, very not good mentally speaking. So, and I've seen a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists and doctors, and they knew I had an uncle who had schizophrenia. My great grandma had bipolar disorder, and so my mom didn't know because she's scratching the cabinet where the food is. And my mom didn't know that. Only my grandma, and I don't know but she never told my mom. It wasn't like a secret or something. Anyway, so now I'm doing okay. I'm at university. Sometimes I feel like shit, which is quite normal. So with risperidone, the voices in my head is kind of sedated, I guess. it's like so the voice in my head, what does it say? Well, it's simple. When I'm talking to someone I love, when I'm talking to, or anyone really, every time I am talking to someone, there's a little voice in my head, and no matter what, the little voice will say, oh, fuck them, like we hate them, like, wow, she's such a bitch, she's such a cunt. When I'm talking to my mom and she's being nice, my mom is nice, and I love my mom, and the voice will say exactly the same, like, wow, she's a cunt, like, and I'm like, and I'm talking to my mom and I'm like, blah blah blah, and the voice will say that, I'm like, so when I told my psychiatrist that, he was like, yeah, that's not normal. So combined with the paranoia, the delusions, yep, schizophrenia. Anyway, so I guess it's all. Well, if you have symptoms, if you feel bad, and you don't even need a bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or borderline personality to go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, you need to take care of your mental health, like a good mind and a good body. It's very important because you can hit rock bottom so quickly. It's scary. It's like, when I think about it now, I cringe. I like, it's like horrible. But yeah, anyway, that was me. That was my story. Sorry it's not funnier. Sorry it's a little bit, there's not a logical line in here that I respected. It's like kind of like, it's like a book with the chapters mixed. Anyway, goodbye.